All my life I heard about you have live here and now, and only war help me. Not meditation, not Buddhism teachers, just war. Because for sure at evening will bomb in your city, and at night, and probably you wake up at morning because start bombing more, and really live here and now.
Welcome to Kharkiv in eastern Ukraine. Kharkiv is much closer to Russia. So close, in fact, that before the war, when you arrive at the train station, there would be taxi drivers greeting you there, asking if you want to ride to the border. A lot of people here cross over to Russia. In fact, a lot of people here in eastern Ukraine speak Russian. This is an area that has linguistic similarities, it has cultural similarities, but it is also a place where you see Ukrainian flags flying proudly over a city that unfortunately has dealt with a year from hell. I'm going to show you some of the boarded up buildings that have been passed. This is the edge of the city center that I'm in right now, and you can see just streets that would have been full of people. All the shops have been boarded up, all the shops have been closed. So this city's been through a lot, so filming here might be even more challenging than some of the other places I've shown you. Just trying to give you a little understanding of the first feelings arriving here. It's certainly a lot. Of course, my friend Joe remembers this city when it was alive and well.
It's a city that had this American dream mentality. Everyone I met here said, in my city, they would say in Kharkiv, if you have a dream, all you gotta do is work and you can achieve it. And that spirit is still here, just a lot of people left. For the first months of the war, the Russians hit the city every day and night. It was absolutely terrifying. Now it's calmer, but it's still a scary place. It's the edge of the free world.
So it's gonna be a lot to take in today and then the following days here in Kharkiv. But first, I want to show you a bright spot, a little restaurant that Joe showed me where life for the locals continues on. This is a place popular with the young people, and let's go see what it looks like. Bon appetit. What's the word in Ukrainian?
Smashnoho.
Smashnoho.
Tak.
Smashnoho, Joe.
Дякую.
This was on the menu as army noodles. From the restaurant, we drove directly to an area called North Saltivka. I didn't really know what I was getting into, but all I know is that this place, it was very, very intense.
On this road, the Russians were stopped by Ukrainian forces when they were when they were trying to break in the city in Kharkiv. They were stopped exactly here on this road.
Wow.
Our Ukrainian forces brought here tanks and also like artillery, and here was like one of the very first fights for Kharkiv on this place. And
Wow.
as you can see, this is actually the end of this city, Kharkiv, so it's a suburbs.
Yeah.
And if they wouldn't stop them here, then they would break into the city, and if you don't, you lose the city. That's it. So yeah, so that's for about
The very first troop advancement from Russia.
yeah. So that it's pretty close here, like to Russian border. It's pretty close, and it's about like 30 minutes away from the border. So they rushed here like really quickly.
Did you hear any shelling today?
No, like everything is calm.
Just imagine living in one of these buildings, seeing the Russian troops coming down this road. In February, remember, this is the first days of the war, and nobody knew what was happening, nobody knew how many people were coming, nobody knew where to go, it was just chaos. Joe was just saying this was a pizzeria on the corner here.
It's a statue for Chernobyl. Everyone knows like about Chernobyl, right? So it was a tragedy, and we got this postament here in Saltivka, and like this is a very unique place, because now this reminds us of Chernobyl, right? Chernobyl tragedy, and pretty much like everything here also reminds us of Chernobyl. All of this demolished buildings, very interesting that we got this here that reminds us of Chernobyl, and Russians did a Chernobyl here. The last time we were
People
here,
still living here.
yeah, they do. They do, and many of them just returned.
Anton, when was the first time you visited here?
The very first days of September 4th, maybe 5th.
Did it look how you expected? Was it surprising? How did that feel for you?
It was like a mix of feelings. Sad and also, you know, like emptiness. That's what I told Joe after this, after the visit of this place. I was expecting to see that, but not to such an extent, which I actually saw here in reality. And
Yeah, just trying to respect that people are still living here.
yeah. But this place also can be like a place for meditation, where you just walk in and you
understand.
keep quiet. You just
Cautious here, man.
So what's this in front of us? That was from a missile impact?
yeah. That's like from rocket. I think that's like there are plenty of them.
Yeah.
Plenty of them.
Joe and Anton have both been here before. They're maybe a bit more mentally prepared for this reality. For me, this is definitely hitting me like a ton of bricks. This is not like anything I've seen in my life. I guess a lot of people left this area after the first devastating attacks. Some of them have come back because there's no indication when this will end, and so people want to get back to their homes, even if their homes are in very devastating conditions. It's quickly getting dark as the sun sets pretty early here this time of year, but there's a little warming tent. I see maybe that's UNICEF on the top there. Yeah.
to make sure we don't want heat to escape. Just be careful as you come in. Close this first.
Thank you.
Is the building which suffered the most in North Saltika, here. Volodymyr Zelensky was
Came
here.
here?
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, fuck. Just collapsed.
You can come. This line, it's okay.
Maybe a place, would this also be a place where foreign leaders might be brought, or people who need to understand it's just too, it's too close.
Too risky, too dangerous. Yeah. Zelensky coming here was a sign of strength. It was a sign of saying
Supporting this community that has gone through the worst.
exactly. Yeah. And saying that
came
he,
right
you know, and because he's been to the trenches and places in the fronts, you know, very secretly. It only revealed afterward. But
Also after liberating Kherson, he showed up like in a few days or so.
yeah, it's to send a message of strength. Whereas Bucha and Irpin are very safe now.
Just, I think it's very important to point out for anyone who watches this, who hasn't really been paying super close attention to the war, they might still think, Russia's only targeting military operations.
Yeah.
This is all residential.
Yeah.
There's no conceivable reason other than terror that something like this would happen, right?
You can easily see like flats of people here. You can see what's left from this. Like
This neighborhood, North Saltivka, was we have friends who grew up here, who are living here, and life was getting better and better these past 8 years, more and more prosperous. Only 25 miles or so from Russia, and that's why the Russians were right at the edge, like just beyond these trees. Really, the Russian forces were that close. We can even probably see Russia on the horizon. So right at the edge of Mordor, and they just attacked the hell out of this. And it was every day and night, the first months of the war. Now it's a bit calmer, but we're still within range of artillery. I mean, it's dangerous.
A woman just walked out of that building as I passed by. Still living there. Oh, God. So it's the next day. I'm sitting just on a little porch area outside of my hotel. There's currently no power at the hotel. They're working on fixing the generator, which is like just below us. So if you hear some rumbling, that's the mechanics trying to get the power back. Yesterday was very intense. I couldn't film anything after that. I couldn't really eat or do anything. I just wanted to rest and feel the feeling that it had left me with. Part of me wishes I almost didn't film that. There's like a weird conflict in my mind where you wonder if I'm even doing the right thing by sharing that on YouTube. If it's too much for people to experience. So today, gonna go out and film some stuff here in Kharkiv. Going to continue telling this story and hopefully balance what I saw yesterday with some more stories of people helping and more stories of the resilience of Ukrainians. We're not here to focus on the bad. But we're also not here to pretend everything is good. We're just here to tell the story of Ukraine as it's seen through one camera, one person. So now I'm just going to take my first solo walk through the streets of Kharkiv, give you a feeling of what the city looks like. Of course, I want to show you more than just boarded up windows though. So there's a central market very close to here that I'll take you to. Maybe give you a look at an Eastern Ukrainian market. and maybe get to talk to some people too. Let's see.
Goodbye.
Cheese soup from a straw. Delicious, actually. You are from Kharkiv?
Yes.
I did not live all the time in Kharkiv.
Здравствуйте.
We hid in the basement.
Можно яблоко? Один? Горохово-чечевичный.
Poland, Germany. At first, when they arrived, everything was fine. They liked it. But then relations changed in the country. Jobs are hard to find. Housing is expensive. We hid in the Kharkiv region. We had become accustomed to, even came under fire. It has become quiet in Kharkiv, but still there's some
Это мы
danger.
общаемся.
Volunteer.
Yes. Kitchen.
Kitchen, giving food.
Yes.
You give the soup, cheese soup.
No.
That's you?
You. Kitchen.
Kitchen, chicken.
Chicken.
Wow. Beautiful architecture.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. Good luck.
Bye.
Soon after that, I got to meet up with a group called the Kharkiv Volunteers Union. Volunteers Union of Kharkiv, something like that. But these guys are legends. These guys are. I'm actually started by someone who was 18 when I filmed this. A teenager who was a student, and then the war started, and then suddenly he's organizing the distribution of life-saving materials to Kharkiv and the surrounding region. Just absolutely insane how people's life have changed and how people stepped up to the plate.
We in center of the Kharkiv. It's volunteer. We are volunteers. It's volunteer warehouse, if you can say like this.
Wow.
I'm coordinator of Center Union of Volunteers Kharkiv. My name is Kirill. I'm 18 years old. Before the war I was student, so now we change our hobbies and start to help other peoples.
Could you tell me the moment you decided to do this group?
When maybe it was 8th of the March, and we are going to the Holodная Gora district, and we go here, and there was some soldiers, and they're staying, and when we go through this post, they just asking for the cigarettes, and we give them cigarettes, and they were so happy. And from this time I think I need to help soldiers and civilians.
Wow.
So yes.
And other than cigarettes, obviously we have huge amount.
Yes,
not only cigarettes,
but now it's not only cigarettes.
So it's a maze in this building. For anyone watching on YouTube, there are serious power issues in Kharkiv at the moment, so we are not filming in the dark just to look cool or something. This is the reality for many people at the moment, but this is great. So I see pasta, sauce. Do you work with medical supply
Yes,
as well?
of course, we have a medical warehouse.
Well, I would love to see more of your space.
Yes, of course.
First, there's one question. I have been asking this to many people as I travel Ukraine. What is one thing you love about your country?
Peoples, with the start of war, I understand that our nation, our peoples, and it's no matter that these peoples are from Kharkiv, from Zaporizhia, from Ukraine at all. Guys like you, from Canada, from USA,
Hello.
from USA, from Canada, they start to help us, and it's really matter to us. It's really show to us how you really worry about us, and it's a really lovely thing, because with the start of this war, I understand this. Before the war, I think, oh, Canada is this country near USA. I think. So now I just changed my mind really. So I really thankful for you that you are now here under rocket attacks, sitting in the basement without electricity and taking this interview from me.
No, it's my honor. It's my honor to be here. And speaking of Canadians who are here, how long have you been in Ukraine?
Just around 8 months now.
Where are you from?
Regina, Saskatchewan.
So why? Some Canadians watching must think you must be crazy. Why would you come and spend 8 months in Ukraine? What's your answer to that?
It's the right thing to do. We're at the apex of defending democracy here. There's people going through hell that, for no reason of their own at all, just Russia doing Russia things and invading a democratic country next to them on the border. And as you can see in all the people you've met so far, and I'm sure you'll meet many more of these free people of Ukraine, it's the right thing to do, to be here and help them and try and show and give some support where we can.
We can just go for a walk. This is my workspace. With electricity it was more comfortable than now. There is
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm sitting here for 9 months.
9 months.
Yeah. 10. Almost 10, yeah.
Those are pictures
so it's
from.
pictures from our union. It's some funny pictures. When I'm feeling bad, I'm just looking at these pictures and it's...
What is the most funny to you? Do you have a favorite picture here?
Every picture on this
Yeah,
wall
yeah,
is funny, but this is on the beach, the Bezludovka beach.
Oh, this was a bit. Did you just break the chair?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, alright.
Okay.
Please did.
Alex, I think it's already broken, you don't need to fix it.
Please, YouTube, we need donations. We're losing chairs. Look at this.
I'll try this one.
If you break the second
Okay,
one.
this one looks sketchy.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
no.
Sit on the next
Oh,
one.
Alex.
The right, this one, yeah.
Камеру просто Ukraine.
I'm filming if it happens.
Nормально.
Нормально? Alright.
Okay.
Okay, good boy. So yeah, this was the most funny thing that we spent time with our union in their place. So
Wow.
it was funny.
It's a beach in Ukraine?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's something like a river with a beach. Some girls like
Yeah. Looks much warmer than today.
close you.
It was
Yes.
nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, nice. So yes, next one. There is something like supplies, like wipes, like pampers
for babies.
Yes, for babies, for very many types of it. So from the 1st of September, some kids is no place where to live, and they come here to study here. So we make some like a class room.
Oh, this
So
is
they
incredible.
sit here and learn something new.
Learn something.
Learn something new, yeah.
No,
So yeah, war is not stop our children to know something.
You have some volunteers working as teachers? Like,
No, our schools is working, but they're in online.
Oh, I
so-
see. So they have the
yes.
classes, but
Yes,
they need
they-
a safe space to work
Yes,
and
yes,
study.
and this place is not safe, but it's more safer than you will say sit on the, I don't know, on the ground
Yeah.
somewhere. So yes, they come here and lose some stuff on our way.
And that is the Ukrainian uniform, yeah?
Yes,
Wow.
if you're a soldier and you're staying on the zero lines or something like this, where it's very dangerous, you can come here and take stuff
Wow.
like gloves or body gears, uniform, patches maybe. Русский корабль одинаковый.
These are parts of missiles?
Yes, this part
Yeah.
of missiles. It's a cluster rocket. There is many grenades in these holes. They just racing out
Yeah.
in the other sides and just blew up.
Alex was explaining, you were showing me pictures of just all these unexploded mines just where you're driving by.
Yes.
What is the most difficult part about these trips right now? Are mines a huge concern? Is it the shelling from Russia?
yes, yes.
What is the hardest part for your
Hardest
team?
part is was shelling. Where we was in Kazachal Open, Alex was too.
Yeah.
We was under shelling attack from Russians. It was very close. One of the explosions was near me, something like 50 meters. So it was very loud, very shrapnel is going in the air. Just yeah, and you see this, you hear this, and
Wow.
it was very difficult.
Your vehicles have some letters saying that like we are medical, we are helping.
Yes, but it's no matter for Russians.
Right, they don't care.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be some international law, right? You're not supposed to attack medical and things like that.
I don't think they thought about it a lot because Russia well known for their war crimes against like civilians and humanitarians.
Yeah.
You can see a lot of
Yeah,
examples,
they don't need
especially like humanitarian convoys that got hit in Zaporizhia and in Kharkiv. So it's like, what do you expect of them to do?
Yeah. Yeah, no, after hearing many stories, this does not surprise me. I just want some viewer at home to understand that this is happening and not to forget the reality, you know.
They don't even need to know that somebody in a form like this, they just start shooting if you are Ukrainian. So they just start shooting.
And these people who just reorganized their lives in wartime and stepped up in ways that went beyond what anyone could have expected of them. It was like everyone you talked to had a story like this. One night, me and Joe went to a pizza restaurant in Kharkiv and got talking with the owner. This guy was, he's an entrepreneur. He runs multiple restaurants in Kharkiv. His restaurants have given away thousands of meals, by the way, to areas like Saltivka. The owner of these restaurants, he's in his 50s. You know, he's an older guy too, but he decided to join the army. His team does something about like fire prevention, stopping fires and stuff like that, and he showed me these clips where literally he is running and like he's like moments away from a missile attack. Like,
I'm Ran.
that's you.
Yes, yes.
Jesus.
I know.
If you have one moment, could you ask in Ukrainian, he's a successful business owner, why do these things and put your life in danger? Why not just run the business?
Alright. Чому ви сказали, я мушу бути солдат? Because ти businessman, не потрібно бути солдат. Багато, страшні ситуації. Чому?
This is my home. This is my land. This is my city. and I am man. I think this is my work now.
Well, you make amazing pizza and you have an amazing soul as well. You,
Silly Duke.
uh,
This is,
so thank you
This is my
for
work.
everything you do.
This is my work.
It is very inspiring.
Thank you.
But this is Kharkiv, you know, this is the city at the edge of the free world. This is how they are living. This is how they're surviving. You know, after arriving there, I felt like there wasn't a city left. It was a very sad place, boarded up buildings, no light at night. You gotta walk around with a headlamp because all the light is off and there's so many abandoned buildings and destroyed buildings. It's a very eerie place. You see the stars in this city that used to be 2 million people. You see the stars shining brightly above you because it's so dark in many areas. I thought the city was gone when I arrived. But then I got to know the people and I realized that the city of Kharkiv lives on in those people. And I saw some of the cafes that are still running. And you leave these dark, abandoned streets and you go in the random coffee shop that is still running and it's full of light. And you go inside and there's modern, well-dressed people living this amazing modern lifestyle within a war zone. And they're probably working for tech companies or something in San Francisco and they're doing their international jobs and stuff. And it's like, they're like, no, we're not leaving. We're continuing our lives. The dichotomy of these two scenes, how life continues in the absolute horror that is their existence. Like, it's just next level bravery and fortitude from the citizens of Kharkiv. So I'm back at the hotel. Once again, there's no power. We had power last night and even this morning, but just as I was finishing my breakfast, the power cut again. So today we're going to meet someone else who loves Kharkiv. We're going to meet a graffiti artist named Hamlet, who's actually quite well known in Kharkiv city. He also has not left the city. He's been here continuing to do his artwork. I've never met the guy. This is going to be new for me too, but I think it's going to be an interesting experience and hopefully something uplifting. We'll see. So Gamlet, I was saying Hamlet before. I think with the Ukrainian translation, the name can kind of go in between the two. But I'll say Gamlet from now on. Gamlet is just recording a little video for an organization that is trying to raise money, and because he has quite a bit of influence in Kharkiv, his face asking people to raise money, he said, can help a lot for organizations like that. Is that the Ukrainian Homer Simpson on your back?
Yeah,
That's
it's my battalion Kharkiv, and this punch Homer didn't sleep.
Homer didn't sleep.
I love Simpsons so much.
Me too.
You know, every morning my breakfast with Simpsons.
What is it?
I guess they painted the impact,
Oh, it was
I would imagine.
Yeah, it's cassette bomb. You see a small holes. And here writing, you never forget these flowers.
these flowers. You meaning this?
Yeah.
You said you were here the first week or two.
Yeah, first 10 days.
And what was it? Like it was constant, right? Almost day and night.
It was total bullshit. I hate war. It's very hard for me to see it destroyed my city.
Oh, this is the children's seesaw. We say
exactly.
seesaw.
The war take a lot of time and possibilities, and war gives a lot of time and possibilities. Because I lose a lot of everything. I lose a lot of people. I lose the people who die. I lose the people who have different feeling. I lose the people who move to Europe, and for sure they stay there, for sure. But I found a lot of brilliant people, amazing people, and I'm such happy. Sometimes when I get a new people, and I think only this war can give me these people. If not war, I never see these people. Only war gives for me these people, these brilliant people, and it's very interesting for me.
Yes.
Because
So one side goes up, one
Yeah.
goes down.
Yeah,
There's always the balance.
I see a lot of patriots, and where are they now? I have a question for these people in Kharkiv. What are you fucking doing? As I said, look, yes, we are Ukrainian, but we know a lot of good Russian people, and we think about Buddhism, and we are meditation together in Bali. And the first day of huge war, Russian and Ukrainian people, my friends in Bali, make together a meditation for the peace.
Ah,
Total shit.
peace through yoga.
Yeah, peace to you. Fuck you. Putin take my Pacific. I was Pacific. Classical artist, I'm a Pacific.
Pacifist, da, da, da.
Pacifist. Army, bullshit. Guns, bullshit. Power, bullshit. Now I'm soldier. I am not Pacific.
You changed it.
Did-
They
Yeah.
took it from you.
Yeah.
Took your piece.
Yeah.
It's just incredible tour. Gamlet was just saying that when he was young, he had a chance to move to Paris when he was like 13, 14, and he almost did. He wanted to leave. His parents had told him, like, this is a country that things don't change. You'll have a better future somewhere else if you can get out. But he says after the revolution of 2014 and seeing the fierce resistance from his country, he started to feel like, yeah, this is a place he can live. A place he can and wants to call home. Fascinating perspective. Maybe in the future it can be part of the tourism for the city. People who are really interested in artwork, because I'm seeing it everywhere now. You know?
It was.
It was before too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know few guides who make a guide tour from my works. Perfect. One of them asked me about. Look, I get the money every time. Probably I have to pay for your works. I said, I don't care. Look, man, I'm really happy that you found how you can get money. So it's your job. You found a new and you my works and make a marshroute, logistic marshroute for show my works, and no problem, get your money.
Wow. That's nice of him to ask, and that's nice of you
Yeah.
to think that way. It's cool. So you have this unique style, the black and the white.
Yeah.
Did you always do this?
2010, I start do a huge project, not a huge project, but 10 pictures. I go to the artist shop and collect colors and think probably these colors and these colors and this, and I see in a bag and a lot of colors, and I think, what I'm doing, for what? And I put everything and take all black and all white, and name of this series Black and White. And after that I think, for what I need colors? Colors, it's a beauty, but I need beauty of meaning. I don't need a beauty color. You know, like selfie place for the girls. Oh, it's such beautiful. It's beautiful colors. Oh, and I am beautiful, and I do a beautiful picture for Instagram. What the fuck?
You're funny, man.
And now, in this time, a lot of dark joke. It was communication in the summer. We talked with one volunteer, and he said he was such tired, and he said, "Look, Gamlet, war didn't finish before winter time." I said, "Yeah, I know." And Russia didn't stop bombing cities. Yeah, I know. And for sure winter will be such cold because Russia kills infrastructure. That, yeah, I know. And what do you think about it? I think and I say, you didn't see a lucky part of this story. That, what lucky part of this story? We can die before come winter.
We might not make it to this winter. That's the lucky part. Yeah.
If we die before come winter, this problem
We won't have this problem.
After the tour, he actually invited us to his studio to have some coffee and sit and talk some more. So this was a really cool experience too. So after this amazing tour, Gamlet has invited us to his studio. This is so cool. I want to ask you the question I've been asking all the Ukrainians I get to speak to. What is it that you love about Ukraine?
My main lovely part is freedom. It's a people who need a freedom. You know, now I have a lot of friends, soldiers, who fight in 8 months. They hate a war. They never fighting before. But now they fighting because they love freedom. And they think about a future for the child. Their child. And they go to fighting for get this freedom for the future. And this is my lovely part in my country. A feeling of freedom.
We just walked around Kharkiv for 1 hour. You showed us these beautiful places. Yes. Today, as you walk through your city, do you feel freedom? Do you feel you have it today?
Yes. Yes. I feel freedom, and I really want the same walking in the Crimea, in Donetsk, in Lugansk, and do there is street art.
Actually, I'm just connecting these dots in this very moment, but it's like the ability to do what you do, the ability to create this, and to have it not taken down by any government or any person. Like that is a very powerful sign of freedom.
Yeah.
You are living freedom by having the chance to do this.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Do you want a coffee or tea?
Maybe, I guess in the 1920s and 1930s. Picture?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And was in.
Thank you, Gamlet.
Welcome. I met one journalist in Protagonist, and I take a coffee and say I go outside and smoke and drink a coffee, and he said, take your time. It's classical form. Take your time. Take your time. But for me, it's not classical form. I think about this frame, take your time, and I said, look, I 35 years take my time. It's very important.
So it's important to feel that we don't have endless time to act sometimes, to move quickly maybe.
All my life I heard about you have live here and now, and only war help me. not meditation, not Buddhism teachers, just war. Because you know for sure at evening will bomb in your city, and at night, and probably you wake up at morning because start bombing more, and really live here and now. I love this one. It's very old, it's Soviet Union.
Wow.
And here it's Russian writing, and here I do a Ukrainian writing. Kharkiv, it's a danger place.
You know, it might be weird for me to say this, but I spent about 3 weeks in Ukraine total. And for those 3 weeks, it was like the outside world didn't exist. It was like whatever personal problems I was dealing with before that. I mean, you know, these things that occupy your mind. Financial whatever, or personal whatever, or social whatever, or all the things that occupied your mental space before entering the country disappeared once I was in the country. And suddenly it's just like, okay, every day, like, where can I go to have power and electricity? And what's the missile attack forecast for today? Like, your priorities change so much that really all that matters is the essentials of being a human being. Like, the friends around you, the people around you, are they safe? Are they okay? Are they alive? How can you help others who might need help? Everything else just melts away, burns away into the ashes of irrelevancy. And what you're left with is a shining example of what the human spirit can be. Helping each other to survive in tough times. It leaves you with this parallel that so much of Gamlet's work talks about. The war's given so much, it's taken so much. It just leaves you with this intense way of life, which I got to experience from the outside just for a few weeks there. And I got nothing but respect for all the Ukrainians who are still continuing to fight for their way of life. So it's my last day in Kharkiv, and a significant amount of snow has fallen overnight. As you can see, it's still falling, in fact. Ukrainian Christmas is in early January, and normally there would be a Christmas tree somewhere in this park behind me, but the Christmas tree, to prevent it being targeted by missile strikes, has been moved into the metro in the underground. Took a couple photos of that. Just a strange sign of the times. Even something like Christmas must continue, but is a bit different here in the east of Ukraine. As always, I'm Dan from The New Travel. Thank you for watching. Thank you to the people of Kharkiv. Thank you to the people of Ukraine. Thank you to everyone out there fighting for their freedom in whatever way they can. You might feel like in your own life, even in places like Canada or the US or Europe, you might feel like you got your freedoms you need to fight for. But very few of us are literally fighting against an invading foreign army on your land. I think for anyone who believes in freedom, the people of Ukraine should be deeply inspirational. And we should stand beside them. That's all I tried to do with this series, really. I'm not a journalist. I'm not anything but a guy with a camera. But I got to see little bits of Ukraine and talk to some people who showed me what their country's about. And for that, I'm deeply grateful. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to donate if you feel compelled to. And I will see you next time.